Hello and welcome to Nikolay's genetics lessons, and today I'm going to explain how to design forward and reverse primer. And today, in order to demonstrate primer design, I'm going to use DSUP or damage suppressor gene from the tardigrade. Tardigrades are also known as water bears, or moss piglets are tiny water-dwelling micro animals. They are known for their incredible resilience, being able to survive extreme conditions that would be fatal for most of the forms of life. Tardigrades also form their own phylum, which consists of hundreds of species. Tardigrades also fascinating animals with extraordinary abilities to cope with extreme conditions like vacuum of space, high tolerance of ultraviolet radiation, high and low temperature tolerance to begin with, and DSUP protein is newly discovered gene that imparts resistance to ultraviolet radiation by coating itself to DNA. To amplify any DNA sequence, two primers are necessary. One is called forward primer and the other one is called reverse primer. The forward primer synthesizes the upper strand using the bottom strand as a template, whereas reverse primer uses upper strand as template and synthesizes the lower strand. Although in many programs only one strand is shown. Usually it is coding strand. As you know, there are two strands. One is coding, another one is template strand. So I will explain first how to design forward primer, and then we will talk about how to design reverse primer. First of all, sequence of the DSUP gene. This nucleotide sequence was copied from the NCBI portal and then passed into the APE tool. It starts from the start codon. As you can see here, it is ATG, and it ends with stop codon, which is TAA. And the sequence is given from the 5' direction, which starts here, and to the 3' direction, which is here. One more time, please note that only the sequence of one strand is given here, though some tools, like SnapGene, will show both strands. The forward primer is designed by selecting the nucleotide sequence from ATG until primer parameters like GC content and TM or melting temperature match to primer designing parameters. So here is parameters, and the primer sequence shouldn't be too long or too short. In other case, it's going to be not specific to this place in the whole genome, but such primer may attach in multiple places, which we want to avoid. So what do we see here? This is position in a sequence, this is start position, length of the primer, and open reading frame, melting temperature of this sequence of the double-stranded DNA of this length, and GC content, which ideally should be close to 50%. This is what we see here. These parameters, which are shown in this red box, are updated in live, so you can select or deselect the nucleotides to match the required criteria. For most cases, preferable temperature, melting temperature, is between 55 and 62 degrees of Celsius, and the GC content is about between 40 and 60%. So as you see, our sequence here can work as forward primer. Also, the sequence ends, as you see, with C, which is beneficial as it wobbles least, while polymerase works on extending the primer. As you remember, between cytosine and guanine, there are 3 hydrogen bonds. And between adenine and thymine, only 2. So cytosine or guanine is preferable in this position because they provide more stability. Next, it is very important to know that because we have here coding strand from 5' end, which goes from 5' end to 3' end, for this strand we don't have to order complementary sequence. The sequence here is exact sequence that we have to order as forward primer. So the forward primer sequence to order is A, T, G, G, C, A, and so on. Also note that whenever we mention any sequence, we give sequence from 5' end to 3' end. Even for reverse primer, we also give sequence from 5' end to 3' end. Now I want you to take a look at this picture. Here we have forward primer. As you see, this is the same sequence as the coding strand. So now we have 2 strands. Here is the coding strand, and here is going to be template strand. And the sequence of the forward primer is the same as the sequence of the coding strand. And as you remember, the length is 20 nucleotides, melting temperature is 56.8 degrees of Celsius, and GC content is 50%. So it's now much easier to imagine when we have 2 strands here. On the next picture, we see denaturation of the DNA template, so coding strand, template strand, and now they separated, so hydrogen bonds are broken here because of the rising temperature. And we call this DNA melting or DNA denaturation. Now let's move to the next stage, number 3. You see here that after temperature would be lowered, then our primer would attach to the complementary strand of the DNA. In our case, this is going to be template strand of the DNA. Next, DNA polymerase would attach. It needs this primer in order to initiate polymerization from 5' end direction to 3' end direction. New strand of the DNA only can grow from 5' end direction to 3' end direction. And in the next picture, you see the final product, double-stranded DNA. So we see here 2 strands of the DNA, one newly synthesized, one old strand. That's why we say DNA replication is semi-conservative. On the next slide, we are going to talk about designing of reverse primer. Designing the reverse primer is a bit tricky process, and this is because in this case we work with the template strand of the DNA in order to design this primer for the other strand, not the same strand which is shown here. So highlighted sequence here, which belong to the coding strand, is not going to be a sequence of the reverse primer, but instead this is going to be complementary sequence to this one. Anyway, whatever issues are, with the help of tools like APE, designing the reverse primer is just a click of button away. So follow the steps which I will tell you now, and you will have no any problem at all. So, as you already guessed, the reverse primer we designed from the end of the sequence of our interest. And as you see, here are parameters for this primer. These parameters can be slightly different from this primer, but keep in mind that they have to be very close, because we want to work these primers synchronically, and that means that these primers, the parameters, have to be very close to each other, especially melting temperature. Now I want to highlight one critical point to keep in mind, whether to include the stop codon or not in this primer. This criterion depends on the downstream workflow. For example, if you want to add a tag, fluorescent protein or short peptide, to the C terminal of the protein, you need to remove the stop codon from the reverse primer to let the tag to be fused during translation. But if your goal is to subclone the gene to express the protein without tags at the C terminal of the gene, you will have to include the stop codon to prevent the translational fusion of vector sequences. And in this demonstration, as you see, I'm including stop codon. Now take a look. If our sequence here starts with 5' end and ends with 3' end here, and we have to build a complementary strand, so imagine that this line represents a complementary sequence of our reverse primer. So we are going to have 5' end here and 3' end here. As you see, if here is direction this way, direction of the complementary strand or primer, where our primer is going to be in reverse. So we call this reverse primer. But when we order this sequence, again, we just provide the sequence from 5' end to 3' end. So actually, how our order is going to look like. So I'm going to use different colors. So this is going to be forward primer, which is going to be 5' end here and 3' end here, exactly what you see here. And as for the reverse primer, which is going to be here, we're also going to order the sequence from 5' end to 3' end. So we never order new reverse primer like 3' end, 5' end sequence, which you probably expect to see here. But again, we do not read it in this direction, but instead we read it in this direction. So the same 5' end, 3' end direction. So now you know the basics of primer design, forward and reverse. And this is all for today. Subscribe and see you in the next video. Goodbye.